Michel Bon, French telecom chair, former, said that if customer is king, then the queen is a salesperson. So today, I want us to share on how to be a successful salesperson in the environment that we are in nowadays. So there are about 10 success factors or tips for you to be a successful salesperson. Number one is listening to your clients. And we always say when you listen, you arouse very many issues, and customers want to talk to you. So develop rapport early by listening to what your client after you've done your presentation. Also, listening helps you to develop and create credibility and also establish credibility very early. The second very important skill of a successful salesperson is prospecting. A prospect is a potential customer, somebody you have identified, and there are many ways you can prospect, especially now with online methodologies. You can Google the company you want to speak to, the individual you want to talk to. You can go on Facebook or LinkedIn. You can follow them and find what are their interests on Instagram. But prospect, because we say there are three types of prospects. There is a hot prospect, a person who has a need, they have the ability to buy, and they can make the decision of buying. We also have a second type of a prospect we call a warm prospect, who probably has only those two, either a need, an ability to buy, and they don't have the authority to buy, or they have the authority to buy, they have the ability to buy, or they do not have a need, or they have the need, they have the ability to buy, or they have a need and they have the authority to buy, and then they don't have the capabilities, the finances to make a decision. So prospecting is one of the hallmark of a successful salesperson. Another critical tactic or successful skill of a successful salesperson is follow-up. Once you have been given an appointment, once you have made a sale, always ensure you have an account management plan for that particular client to ensure that there is follow-up. You know what they are doing. You know what is the next step. You know what are the other need areas. Always follow up. Another critical skill and successful tactic of a successful salesperson is the ability to adapt your sales skills to different situations. If you are dealing with a corporate client, the same skills you use for a corporate client are not the same skills you use for what you call a retail outlet. If you are dealing with a modern trade, your supermarkets, your key accounts, it is totally different ball game when you also come to what you call the retail outlets. So check out the kind of skills that you have, because those will determine, and generally, you adopt from situation to situation. Another very critical skill is tenacity, the ability to keep going on. I remember in this country, one time we had an advertisement for Energizer batteries. And the Energizer bunny, the crayon was, it goes on and on and on. It was showing the longevity and the tenacity of the Energizer batteries. That is the kind of thing that you require as a salesperson, tenacity, because rejection will come your way. When rejection comes your way, you continue going and you continue coming back until you notice or know that there is not going to be a way. But you can again get a referral from that client. It doesn't mean that it is the end in end. Another critical tactic and skill that you require as a successful salesperson is verbal communication, the ability to put across a point, the ability to put across your proposal, the ability to communicate both verbally and also written word, because there is power in the written word. How you are able to put together your proposal determines whether you have success in your selling. and also the ability to communicate when you are face to face, or when you are doing teleselling, or even when now we have Zoom, Google Meet. You could be pitching for your client online. Another very important skill and tactic of a successful salesperson is the ability to close, the ability to notice the buying signals of a client. Somebody said you can be able to do what you call CHEF. CHEF, the acronym CHEF. C stands for look at the way their demeanor, look at the way they, how they are looking at you. Do they look like they are already buying? If you see someone who is holding their chain as they listen to you, especially if you are doing one-to-one selling, then that shows they are ready to buy. They are buying you. They are buying what you are saying. If you see somebody rubbing their hands, when somebody is rubbing their hands, it's also an indication that they are willing and ready to buy. When you see somebody's eyes dilating, especially if you are doing one-to-one selling, then that also is an indicator of somebody who is ready to buy. And also F, facial expressions. When people start relaxing, smiling, people become friendly with you, those are indicators of somebody ready to buy. So understand the closing skills, know them, be able to utilize them, practice them, especially in role playing, so that you can be good at it. The last important the last important skill that you require, or tactic, is personal planning and time management. It's very, very important to know how to plan your day. It's always good to come up with a to-do list for that particular day. It's always good to come up with a list of the clients you want to actually go and talk to, and be able to arrange them in such a way that you know who you are seeing first, what you normally call the 80-20 Pareto principle. You start with a client who will give you the most business. The clients who give you 80% of your business, or likely to give you more business, are the ones you begin with. Then you come to the 20. Pareto principle, 80-20. 80% of your business comes from 20% of your customers. So concentrate on that 20%. Be keen on that 20%. As I come to a conclusion, I want to remind you that to become a successful salesperson, a bonus point is your sales presentation. How you present your sales. We look at three things when you do sales presentation. We call them FABs. F stands for features. What are the features of your service? What are the features of your product? What are the features of your ideas? Features are characteristics of a product. What are they? Which ones are those which are unique, that make your service or your product stand out? Then we also look at what you call advantages, the A, FABs, advantages. Advantages are those traits, performance traits, that make your service or product unique. For example, if it's a hotel, is it giving ambience? Is it probably also offering accommodation? What are those advantages that make your offer better than the competition? Then you come to what you call your B, which is benefits. Which are those benefits? And we say in selling, customers buy benefits. Customers do not buy your advantages. Customers do not buy your features. Customers buy benefits. And benefits is what you also call with him. What is in it for me? With him. What is in it for me? So ensure you are able to convert your features and advantages into benefits. For example, if you are a hotel which is near a natural feature, then you can say, as you come to a hotel and enjoy your meal, you'll also see the river thereby, or you also see you go through the nature trail. So those are the benefits. So the customer will have a benefit of enjoying the environment. Finally, remember, A salesperson, a professional salesperson, is dependent on how you dress, especially if you are doing one-to-one selling, especially if you are doing direct selling. Notice you'll be addressed how you dress. So check out on your clothes. Be subliminal, especially for ladies, because when you are subliminal in your way of dressing, in a way it speaks power, it speaks confidence, it speaks success. Avoid showy, avoid showy kind of dressing, unless you are in the fashion or you are in the media, especially what you call design kind of artists, copy artists and all that. But if you are in a normal conservative kind of selling, let's say for example you sell banking products, avoid showy kind of jewelry and even clothing. Dress like your clients. If you deal with construction equipment, for example, or you sell for a cement company and you spend most of your times in construction sites, you would rather be in a worker's boots and maybe clean khaki, maybe even overalls. Dress like your client. If you deal with banking clients and then they require to see somebody who is dressed in a suit, maybe somebody who is dressed in a tie, or probably somebody who is dressed in certain corporate colors, your makeup, let it be moderate. Unless you represent a cosmetic company, do not overdo your makeup. Things like bagels, jewelry, your chains, that is not where you take your bling blinks, bling blings. You ensure that you are careful and conservative in terms of the bling blings that you take. Finally, your briefcase or your bag, the moment it starts tearing, it is a moment you throw it away and you get a new one. Black cases are always outstanding, black or brown kind of cases. Finally, your business cards, ensure they are cards that leave an impression. I remember one time I was given a golden card by the late Chris Kilubi. He used to be one of my employer at one point. So when I went to his office to do some engagement, he gave me a golden card, business card, which I have kept until today. Check out on the cards you use, because those cards will also determine how you do business. Remember, to be a successful salesperson, the way you dress is the way you are dressed. Wish you all the best. We'll meet you